I'm doing an intro for today's vlog because I don't have too much footage from last week when I got to hang out with one of my Disney besties. It was so much fun. She flew in, so let me kind of explain. But I'm going to be doing some skincare at the same time, and I have the Glow Recipe Hyaluronic Plump. I definitely need it. My skin has just been needing extra hydration, and I love Glow Recipe. Like, if I'm ever going to recommend a brand, I really have been enjoying them. I also love Murad though, but that's for like more intensive skincare, like spots and toners and resurfacing. But for moisture and all that, and everyday moisture and priced pretty well, Glow Recipe. I also plan on doing a video on how to remove press-ons because 2 of them I ripped off. I'm not even gonna lie. And I thought they were loose enough where I wouldn't mess them up, because sometimes they do get loose, you know, but I feel like I'm going to sneeze again. Sorry. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a video on how I remove them. So that's coming up soon. So my friend flew in and it was so much fun. I got to spend 2 days with her and we got to film some content and just like enjoy the park together. And it's so like nice when you meet someone who just loves the same stuff as you. So Ole Henriksen, this is the Banana Bright. Ooh, eye cream. I almost dropped it. Eye cream. And yeah, it was just a lot of fun. So it was so funny because this is actually only the second time I meet her. And I know sometimes that may feel weird for some people, but when you're online and like you have like your online like social media friends, it's just like not weird, because she's a creator too. She does Disney content, so it's not like I'm meeting up with some stranger danger. Which when I got on the tram, it was hilarious because the lady was like, oh my gosh, you look so cute, I love how festive you are, super goop glow skin. The other day someone complimented me on my skin and I only had this. I was like, super goop. She was complimenting me. I said, oh, thank you so much, I'm gonna go meet my friend. She's matching with me too because we did like a peppermint theme, which I'll show you at the end of the vlog because you want to stay because I have a whole story time on that. Oh my gosh, drama at Disney. And so, oh, my skin is just soaking it up. Oh, I love it. So she's like, oh yeah, have you been friends for a long time? And I was thinking about it. And when you really think about it, I was like, well, not like that long, but like we've been talking. It's kind of hard to gauge it because she's watched my channel before, but like I followed her for her Disney stuff. And then it's like we talk online, and then I met her and her daughter when she came to the parks. And so we have met in person. So yeah, and I met her and her daughter. What's going to happen when you meet someone at Disney? Like what? They're going to attack you with a churro? So Fresh Sugar Advanced Therapy. This has been my favorite. So the way I explained it, I was like, oh, well, I've only like met her once. And then she kind of looked at me. I was like, well, no, like we've been like friends online. And then she still, and it was just the worst execution. I got very awkward. I'm kind of weird sometimes. Not like weird. I get a little awkward, you know? So then I met up with her and it was so much fun. I was really glad because it's like her first like solo trip and like her own me time. So it was super cool. And we got to take a lot of content and just like enjoy each other's company. But I took more content day 2, which you'll see in the next vlog. But day 1 was basically like I wanted to enjoy, because the problem with like filming everything is sometimes you just don't get to live in the moment. And for me, that's very important. Like I've always made sure I live in the moment, regardless of like busting out the camera. Like that's honestly like 5% of what really happened that day. But I just cannot just hold the camera the whole entire time or like always take it out for that perfect moment or shot, you know? So I just kind of took it out when I felt like it, or yeah, like, so I can still enjoy myself. So let's just get into the vlog. Like I said, there's not too many clips. You'll see her, but I have a story time for you at the end. me. You guys, she's been watching me since before Glenn, so she knows all my secrets. No. Let me get the lighting right. But it was so nice because I was staring at her ears because my friend Alicia, I wanted to show her how they sparkle at night. And then she watches my channel, so then I got the balls to ask her if we can sit down because we're so tired. We're exhausted. Yay! Disney things. Disney.
Do you guys come to the park often?
Yeah, we do.
Here's her husband, Tony. And we're here in the castle. I got you. Now that it's at the very end of the night, we waited in line to take pictures in front of the Christmas tree, which is just so beautiful whenever it lights up. If you guys follow me on my Disney Instagram, Disney with Lizzy, I got the cutest clip. Well, I didn't get the cutest clip, but it was her idea and Glenn filmed it. And here, I'll put a little clip and we...
1, 2, 3, happy holidays!
Got it right when the tree lit up. It was just so cute. And then when we went to go take pictures in front of the Christmas tree, it was our turn up. So we're doing like our group, you know, me and her little duo, because we had matching ears, which was so, I just loved our outfits. We're getting like so many compliments left and right. We're like legit counting, but I will say there wasn't too many people dressed up like super festive, more towards like the end of the night. I feel like pass holders really come like later on, and then they like take their pictures and all that. But it didn't matter. It didn't really stop our day, because I mean, if we're someone who likes to dress up, then we're going to dress up. And I totally understand like that's not everybody's like thing, you know what I mean? But that's our thing. So I'm really excited, like I said, to find someone who likes to like dress up and stuff. So we match and we're taking our photos, and then out of nowhere, I like see some lady at my peripheral and she's coming over, and I'm thinking, what the hell? Because she goes like right in front of us, and they like block it off, you know, because they have their system. They have a photographer here, one on the side, one behind, and the line is long. So like, you know, you can't just be taking your sweet time and all that. It's like, okay, hurry, do your group, do your singles, and go. You know, they scan your code and go. So, you know, it's fair for everybody and everybody gets their shot and you're not wasting your time. But this lady came in and they're like, excuse me, ma'am, you can't go through. Like, excuse me. And she's like just crossing through as we're taking our pictures. And the photographer was like in shock. And so then the lady was like, well, how am I supposed to know that? I need to go through here or whatever. And she started screaming. It was legit a full-on Karen moment. Like, I wish I had my phone just so I could like be filming her, because she looked crazy. Even the photographers, she kind of like, when she told her like, excuse me, you can't go through. I don't want to see the normal person, but like majority of people would be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I didn't know, right? And you kind of just like you like get out. No, she was like going like through and slow across us. Like, I don't care. And then we're all just kind of stopped. I felt so bad for like the photographer, because you can tell like when she said it, she's like, no, like you can't. And she's like, well, what? I don't know. What am I supposed to do? And she just kind of, to me, she honestly looked drunk. My friend was saying it just looks like she's had a day, but she just looked like very wild in the eyes. So I don't know. And then I guess she like was saying, my daughter works here. And it's like, okay, well, what about all the other thousands of cast members? Like, okay. She was just like super rude. I honestly thought she was going to get aggressive, because she just looked crazy. And then at a point, you know, sometimes like I just lose my patience with stuff. Glenn has taught me a lot of patience. I will tell you that right now, but I was like, excuse me, you are killing our Disney magic. You know what I mean? Like, so I said that out loud because it was annoying, because she kept saying whatever. And for me, it was just tunnel vision, like, get out her shot. I want her damn Christmas tree shot. My friend did not go out of her way to go find the ears that are going to match mine that were from 2019. And we didn't coordinate our outfits, and she didn't fly in and spend all this money for nothing. You know what I mean? Like, we want our cute shot. We've been planning this as her first trip. It was just so much. So my friend told me that I said, can you move or can you leave? I'm gonna shove Mickey Mouse up your ass. Merry Christmas. You guys, sometimes I just lose it because it was just going on way too long. Like, let the cast members do their job and just move. Like, stop being weird. Stop being inconvenient. Stop making a whole scene because, like I said, she was looking too crazy where I was like, oh no, that's it. Like, I can be my own security guard, okay? Because I feel so bad for the cast members during this time. They put up with so many, okay, not even during this time, full, like, all year round, they're dealing with people's personalities and their entitlement and rude customers from all over, rude just people who are attending Disneyland. I've seen it just with like people in line and we're not even working and we're irritated with them or people are just rude to us. I can only imagine what the cast, well, I can't imagine what they're going through. I'm sure it is just like above and beyond, a bunch of BS, you know? So I felt bad and like the lady kept like apologizing saying like, I'm so sorry, she might be in some of your pictures. So I do have a picture and you can only see like her ugly shoe. Yes, it's ugly. And whatever she was wearing, because yes, it was ugly because her personality and her heart was ugly from inside out. So I'm going to say it, but her shoe was ugly. I can be petty. No one's perfect. But I was like, damn, I wish we would have gotten her face because if you would have seen it, it was like, like all wild. But yeah, and then at the end of the night, like we wanted to see the fireworks show. I just realized my hair extensions are right there. I was just like, what is that? My hair extensions, yeah. So at the end of the night, we were like so tired and we wanted to wait for fireworks. So my friend Alicia says that her and her daughter usually just like wait in a certain area and they just sit down and watch it. Like you don't know if the fireworks are really going to go down. So I actually ran into a subscriber and it's only because I was looking at her cute ears that released this year and they were like growing on me and I wanted to show my friend Alicia, but we couldn't find them anywhere. But I finally found my subscriber Adanelli who was sitting down and I wanted to, I was like, oh, those ones. Like I was straight just looking at this chick, right? And we're just walking by through like Jolly Holiday where they sell like sandwiches and soups and goodies and stuff. And then she's just like looking at me. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I said, I just wanted to show my friend your ears. And then she just said, oh, are you Lizzie? Like I've watched you, you know what I mean, for a long time. She actually watched me since before Glenn, which is crazy. I love meeting all subscribers, but I feel like those subscribers just like really followed me in my journey of everything. So it's just like so crazy, you know what I mean, to meet people, to like follow me that long. And it makes me feel really good. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, people still like me. So we said hi and all of that. And then we walked off and then my friend Alicia said, she goes, maybe we can go sit with her because it's her at a table. And we were like so exhausted. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to get the balls to ask because I was like, okay, I'll ask. You know what I mean? Because it's not like we didn't know her, you know, like, or, well, we didn't know her, but like we knew her because she like watched me. I don't know, you know? So I just got like the balls to freaking just go ask her. So I said, can we sit down with you? And we're like, oh, like, is anybody sitting down? And her husband was getting a snack for her. So we sat down and it was so much fun. We had like the best time sitting down and just like talking and having fun. And we're telling her all about our drama at the Christmas tree. It was so funny. Okay, mind you, that day I will tell you, we actually ran into so many freaking rude ass people. Like I'm talking about not even just like rude, like straight mean. So I'm going to give you one more example. So my friend asked very nicely because there was just 3 chairs at the table for 4 chairs, because it was missing one, asked the table over very nicely. She's like, oh, excuse me, are you going to be using all of these chairs? It is very common for people to ask, like, you know, anywhere, even sometimes in restaurants, who knows, you know, when you just need one extra chair at the end. But since that fourth one was missing, she asked, and this grandma, oh my gosh, she like took it over. She goes, yeah, why wouldn't we? Like she like asked her something like so crazy and she asked so nice. Like she's like, oh, excuse me, not even like just grabbing the chair already. She was just like, oh, are you gonna use all the chairs, you know, are you gonna be using it? Oh my gosh, she just like straight snapped. So she snapped, so I had to say something. No, not me, you guys, but at this point I was just like, I just cannot. But the way I saw her face, I was like, whoa. And I had to reiterate. I was like, oh, I said, it's just a little question, like that's it, like no big deal. I had to like put on my little cutesy voice, like, it's just a little question, that's it. Like, what the hell? It was crazy. I couldn't even believe it. So then, I don't know, they kind of looked crazy where and then right away some guy intervened and it was so nice of him, because they had extra chairs and it was just him and his wife. And he's like, oh, here, you guys can have it. And then like the lady looked like all annoyed. I don't even know why. It was a day for her, but it's just unnecessary. That shit was unnecessary. So when she kind of acted that way, and then like her son comes like, what'd they say to you? And what is she gonna say? Oh, they asked if we're gonna use all the chairs. Like, oh, heavens forbid. And then they didn't say anything, obviously, after. It's like, okay. So then my friend got the chair. So I made sure to sit like on the other side because the family was like right there in case like something started and I was gonna get up, you know, because I'm just a bodyguard. Yeah, it was like everything was going through my head because you just don't know. Like people just pop off during the holidays. You guys know. It just happens. But other than that, like we had such a good time. And then day two is like I said, is when I took more footage. Also, Glenn joined us. He was with us for like a couple hours. I think he was with us maybe 3 hours. He did like some Christmas shopping. We saw the parade on our own, and then he did like maybe 2 rides with us. I don't know. And then we ate dinner, and that was it. And he left, and then we stayed. And then that's when we met my subscriber and her husband. But it was so much fun. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that was it. That was what happened to us. But yeah, there was like a lot of stories, like way more stories. But I don't want to like be so negative or whatever. But it was just crazy like how many people were just like straight mean. Like not even rude, just straight mean. Or just like crazy, you know? So yeah. Okay, so I'm going to get going. Love you.